Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. Today I want to get into a pair of Dunk Lows that I recently picked up. They came a little bit after Halloween, and it's a Halloween themed dunk, but I think this is a wearable shoe even after the Halloween season. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Halloween Cauldron Dunk Lows. So although this is a Halloween themed dunk, it just came in a standard box. Nothing out of the ordinary there. The tag reads Nike Dunk Low Retro Premium, and the colors are Iron Gray, Phantom Scream Green. I think that the retail price on these was $120. And here they are, the Halloween Cauldron Dunk Lows. I'm actually loving this pair, and I've been getting a ton of Dunk Lows lately, and I've kind of been feeling a little bit burnt out on them. A lot of the reason why I buy them is because they've been really affordable, they've been really accessible, and for the longest time, you couldn't get Dunk Lows easily. Well, now you can, and a lot of them are just the same old trash material, and it's all synthetic leather. They're all the same. It's basically just two colors, and they've just become very, very cookie cutter. Well, I like how these are different. I like the materials that they used. The leather on the base reminds me of the leather on the Dunk High 85s. They had some like acid wash, or I forget exactly what they called them, but they had some Dunk High 85s, and they had some really soft, thick leather. Like, this is a heavier leather, but it still feels really soft, and I really like this color on it. Like, you can see that it definitely goes with that Halloween Cauldron theme, both because of this iron gray color, but then also these overlays have that crackling effect that they've been going with lately. And I just think that it really gives the shoe a lot of depth. I think it gives it, you know, a lot of different texture. And I just really, really like these. They're far from ordinary, but then at the same time, this black, the fact that it's kind of like all this black crackle material on top of this dark gray leather, I think it makes these really wearable, even beyond the Halloween season. One of the first things I noticed, aside from this bright green outsole, is that it's got this cool shadow effect both on the swoosh, hopefully you can see that, and then on the Nike branding on the back. You know how typically we get Nike stitching up here on the heel tab? I like how they just kind of printed it down below Nike, but then it looks like there's a big shadow of it. And I think that's a pretty neat effect. But again, it's not over the top. It's not something that like screams at you and takes your attention away from everything else. I think these are just done really well. For the outsole, you can see this translucent green rubber, and it looks like they used that Nike grind where they kind of recycle old outsoles and old rubber, and then you can see all the different colored speckles through the outsole. That's what that looks like to me. But it's also very fitting because like a witch's cauldron or whatever, you always see like this green bubbling potion, and I think these little speckles just help to kind of hammer that point home, like just like there's a bunch of stuff mixed into whatever, you know, evil mixture is going on there. So I think that's really neat, and again, it plays into the Halloween Cauldron theme, but it's also just pretty wearable in my opinion. But of course, we've got that dunk tread pattern that we're used to, pivot point in the front, Nike branding there at the midfoot. These do not glow in the dark, but it almost has that color of something that would glow in the dark. But then as you come up the side of the shoe, you can see that that bright green outsole meets what looks to me like a sail midsole. This doesn't quite look bright white. It actually doesn't look as tan as what sail is. Maybe I should just call it an off-white, but I don't think it's bright white. It definitely has a little bit of a tint to it, and I think it goes with the rest of the shoe well, but the stitching matches that off-white color as well. And then coming up from that off-white midsole, that's where we'll see this crackled leather for the first time. And this kind of looks like it's a suede, because you actually, in between some of the crackles, you can see some of the hair from that material kind of poking through. So I think that's over top of a suede material. I think as you wore these, that would kind of rub off a little bit or become even a little bit more apparent. And I really like that. I kind of like that weathered look, and I think it came out really, really well on this pair. But you have that crackled leather for the mudguard, going up the eye stays, the swoosh around the base of the heel, and then also this heel tab up at the top. The base of the shoe is just this lighter gray color, and it really does have a decent feel to it. I don't know that I would say these are premium materials. Typically, whenever you get a Dunk Low Premium, the materials are really, really buttery, but these don't have a really high-end feeling, but I do like this leather that they gave us on the bottom. I think it'll age well, and I think it pairs with this crackling effect very well. But you can see that on the toe box there with the perforations, and then on the side panels, as well as up here around the collar and on the heel where we have those rows of stitching. We've got a standard nylon tongue like we always get on Dunks, and the color of that matches this dark gray color. And then I really like how the tag is kind of under the radar, and it matches that color as well. And even the Nike branding on there is all kind of monotone, like it's all a dark gray color, and I really like that. Then the laces are also just more of that iron gray color, as well as the sock liner is more of that iron gray color. Down on the insole, you can see that we've got some more of that bright green, and it's got some Nike branding there in black. I'm not really sure what prices of these are at the moment. I don't think they're really expensive, and I kind of feel like these are slept on a little bit. They're definitely a unique looking shoe. I really do think they're wearable even apart from the Halloween holiday. I just think that this black on gray is really going to be easy to pull off. I like the weathered look of them, and I think they'll age pretty well. But anyhow, let me know what you guys think of these, and I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.